This is the disclaimer for the video you're about to watch, as well as all videos belonging to the Lynn Wick channel on all platforms on which we operate this channel. No part of this publication, which includes this YouTube video, may be reproduced, stored in a retrievable system, or transmitted in any form or by any means except as permitted by the United States Copyright Act without the prior express written consent of the broadcaster, Lynn Wick. While we use our best efforts to prepare content for this site, we make no representation or warranties with respect to the accuracy or completeness of the content of the videos, including any content, links, or resources shared by third parties. Furthermore, all parties specifically disclaim any express or implied warranties of merchantability or fitness for a particular purpose. The advice and strategies contained herein may not be suitable for your situation. No legal advice or financial advice is being given herein, as we are not attorneys or financial advisors. You should consult with a professional where appropriate. No liability or damages shall take place because of this content. Furthermore, your use of this site and watching these videos confirms your agreement that the state of Ohio law applies to all disputes relating to this site, videos, and venue. For all claims and disputes relating to this site and videos shall be in the state of Ohio.
Miss the moment that God's got you in right now. Don't miss out on the season that God's got you in right now. Don't miss out on this moment, even with your family, that God has you in right now. In this precious season and even in this painful season, there is a purpose to it. And don't be so distracted by what's going to happen next that you miss out on the moments God's got you in right now. And if you'll embrace the moment God has you in right now, then you'll be better set up to walk into the purpose and the potential that God has for you next. Looking back on 46 years of living, that some of the times that I was most confused were some of the times that he most used. So don't give up on God just because you're on the underside. It might be ugly on the underside. It may be inconvenient on the underside. It may be embarrassing. It may be humiliating. You might have to ask some questions. I know it's ugly, but trust him. I know it's crazy, but trust him. I know it's confusing, but trust him. I know it's not coming together as fast as you want it, but trust him. I know you can't figure out what it is yet, but trust him. I know everybody around you is acting kind of judgmental, but don't judge the underside. All things work together for the good of them who are called according to his purpose. So if he called me according to his purpose, that means there will be an underside that he oversees. And I cannot judge what he's making by the moment that I'm in.
Or just say, God, do it for me. God, I've tried. I've done it the right way. I've done it with a good heart. And now I can't. Do it for me. Because sometimes the moment you surrender is the moment the breakthrough begins. Not when you fight harder, but when you finally say, God, I give it to you. You're not giving up. You're giving it over. And when you let go of outrage, let go of control, let go of needing answers right now, and you still keep trying, that's when something shifts. God does listen. He's not blind to your struggles. Sometimes he's just waiting for you to call for real for the first time, not out of habit, but out of truth. In your business, in your relationship, in your life, there is nothing more beautiful than knowing you're not alone in this world. He's there. Even when you're tired, especially when you're tired, say it with your soul. God, I trust you. Now do what I can't.
Always remember, life is a strange journey. You arrive with nothing, spend your whole life chasing everything, and still leave with nothing. The real wealth is found in the middle, the person you become and the people you love. In the end, none of it comes with us, but a kind heart and a mind at peace. So make sure your soul gains more than your hands.
Good news is on the way. Good news every day. Something beautiful is happening. I can feel it today. Good news is on the way. Good news every day. Today is going to be a great day. I can feel it in my way. Everything I ever wanted is arriving today. Life keeps opening doors in the most natural way. I feel the joy, I feel the happiness. Something inside of me said, today is the day. I breathe it in, I let it stay. Something amazing is happening today. Good news is on the way. Good news is every day. Beautiful things keep finding me in the most magical way. Today is my moment, I feel it inside. Everything I ask for arriving in my life. Good news is on the way. Good news every day. Good news is on the way. Good news every day. Life keeps surprising me in the best kind of way. I enjoy every moment from now on. Every second feels lighter, like the weight is gone. My blessings are coming, I feel them today. Life keeps placing miracles right in my way. This day feels amazing, better than I thought. Everything I dreamed of is already here in my world. I breathe it in, I let it stay. Something amazing is happening today. I breathe it in, I let it stay. Something amazing is happening today. Good news is on the way. Good news every day. Beautiful things keep finding me in the most magical way. Today is my moment, I feel it inside. Everything I asked was arriving in my life. Good news is on the way. Good news every day. The joy, I have the peace inside my soul. I am healthy, I am free. Life keeps bringing the best to me. Good news is on the way. Good news every day. Beautiful things keep finding is here to stay.
Good morning, grand rising, and everything in between. Hello, family. Did you have a good weekend? The weather wasn't too bad, but today I'm watching right now as this wind is kicking in, and we've got thunderstorms morning, evening, and at night. Well, who cares? We still enjoy it, right? Boy, I'm seeing beautiful flowers pop up everywhere. I mean, they are full bloom, and the grass smells wonderful. We cut the grass. And I'm telling you, it smelled so good. And then I went, I went with my hand, and I should have never done that. But I went with my hand over to the dirt. There's like a little mound up there, and I wanted to see if the dirt was brown, black, or what color it was. And I said, "Ooh, I can smell it," and it was brown. And I said, "Is it supposed to be brown?" And then so I said, "Wait a minute." So I went into another part. And I kind of did the same thing. Well, I kind of got yucked down in my fingernails, and it's like, oh, I'm not one to like to play in the dirt. But I had to see if it was going to smell like dirt, if it was still like nothing at all burger. Thank you, Marcy. I wasn't going to say anything like that, but there it came. Anyway, so the mound, which means it's kind of higher up than the level of the ground. There's like trees on it and bushes. In the summertime, it's really pretty. Right now, it's ugly and distorted, but the dirt, it's black on top, but if you dig down, it's a golden brown. That's the color I was looking for. I don't know if you knew that the real color of our dirt was golden brown. We had this years ago, and then they started to bring out, and you know this, they started bringing out soil. Well, we all bought the soil as we needed it for our lawns and our whatever else we need, our flowers. And then they slowly started changing it. And about halfway through, I questioned it, and the price was higher. And I said, why would this be higher? And then when I took it out of the bag, it stunk, and it was black. Wait a minute, dirt ain't supposed to be black. When I would tell everybody, look, look, look. Now, the older people agreed, but my age didn't. So how did I know that and they didn't? Because people just won't wake up. They didn't wake up then. They're never going to wake up. And this is what's leading me into this weekend. Guess what I did? There was picketing going on, and I totally forgot. So we got down into the strip mall, and there was all these people standing out. And I said, what are they picketing? And I kept saying, what are they picketing? So I couldn't see the sign. So I told Ghost, I said, turn around. I want to go back in there. And he goes, no, I got to do this first. I said, what if they leave? I want to know. So he goes, all right, we'll go back in. So we went in there, and I walked. There was like this, it was a shopping mall, so like a strip mall. So I went down over the curb of the mall, and I walked down. And I know Ghost didn't like it, but, I have to do that. So I took my phone, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to start off showing you before we do anything. Did you guys know they were all out this weekend? That they were picketing against Trump? If you didn't, Boy, they were out there. I mean, they were out there. And I heard many say they were everywhere. Okay, so what are they picketing? They hate Trump. Wow. And then the sign says, and I couldn't get a snapshot of it because she was in it and she wouldn't approve of it. I said, what are you hiding? I didn't make friends out there, trust me. So the sign said, we hate Trump. Get him out of office. Now you know that by that, just that one sign just told you they're not awake. So that kind of made me want to question and then made me angry at the same time. So I go down and I said, you know what? I'm going to walk it and I'm going to see what's going on. So there was police going by and I didn't care. I mean, I was just going down to see what was going on. So they had many signs. Well, here, I'll show you. Where's the signs at? Okay, so this is one. Just to give you an idea. So as you can see up there, it says pro-America, anti-Trump. Well, this was going on all up and down the street on one side and the other side. And I was walking by and I said, I'm not going to show you, but can I screenshot your sign? And she said, yes. So she stepped out of the picture. So she was very nice. I didn't want to say anything at the time because they're definitely not awake. They don't know what's going on. One did, but he too wouldn't say anything. But he just said, I already know. Then why are you here? Because the police are here and then Jim says, you're going to start a fight down there. I says, no, I'm not. I says, I'm just going to see what's going on. So I did do this and I did another sign and I did some more pictures, but there's people in there and I didn't get their permission. So I'm not going to show that, but they were down at least a mile on both sides. Well, they were starting to disperse when we got there, but they were still there. I'm telling you, if you even wanted to tell these people, they would have no idea what is happening in this world. You know, is it me? Is it you? Why won't they realize what is really happening? I mean, like I said to one person, how much more proof do you need? I mean, I showed them several things on my phone that were already in the executive orders. Nobody wanted to hear it. They said those are false. They're illegal. What? Okay, even if Trump wasn't in office, any president in the office, so-called, they are totally legal. And if there's a signature on that executive order, you better stand up and salute. Oh, no. They were dumb. I mean, I don't mean to say that, but why would you pick it when you don't know the truth? Hear both sides of it, right? Oh, no, they don't want to hear that. Not one person wanted to hear it, except a person going by in a car. Oh, I'm sorry. He was walking down towards me on the side, on the grassy side, with the flag in his hand that was rolled up, and he was saying, Trump, 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 Trump. I thought he was going to get shot. So did Ghost. And I couldn't say anything, but he walked by and he gave me thumbs up. And I was like, oh, dear God, please protect him. There was one lady who was very belligerent. She was leading the one group, and then the other ones joined in. See, this is what caused us to be divided. When you start to believe, because this guy said, I know the truth. And I asked him, when did you start believing the truth? Last week. Last week. What truth have you heard? Well, he couldn't answer that. There was too many people around. He was afraid. And I get it. There was a lot of people. But see, you don't know the truth in a week. I mean, look how long it's come for us, just for us to find a little bit of truth. So what I'm saying, if you know the truth, which you guys should, and you want to go out and tell it, but show the proof. Even if they don't believe it, they can find it. Like I kept telling them, I don't care if you don't believe it. Here's your proof. Screenshot it. You don't pick it because that cause divided. If you don't know the truth, don't do it. We don't want to divide the country any more than it is. And I told her that. Man, I swear that's the first time I wanted to smack somebody. She knew nothing, and yet she's leading all these people. And once upon a time, I don't know if you guys remember this, you couldn't mention the president's name when you went out after him. All you could say is the president. You couldn't say the president's name. After years went by, they started saying names. Now, I was trying to find out when they started doing that, but of course, again, that's blocked off. But, I never joined a picket without knowing the truth. How can you do that? And you don't learn the truth in a week. You don't learn anything in a week. That's only the beginning. And even then, that might not be the truth. I mean, we all believe the truth of this at the beginning, right? And they're still spewing it. But you know the truth now. So you don't need to say anything but the truth. You're rightfully telling the truth. I like pickets. And they're good. But don't make them bad. And that's what she did. Anyway, I'm done with my rant. Everything that's happening is right in front of you. But because they don't know the truth, they can't see it. And you can't tell them it anymore. You can't begin, especially when you're out there with the whole bunch of them. But some of them didn't know if they should be doing it or shouldn't be doing that. Because when I said, where's your sign? I left it in the car. Why? I don't know. Well, then why are you here? Because I was asked to come. What? See, all right. I just want to give you a taste of what happened over the weekend. This was not something I wanted to get in. We have beautiful things beginning to happen. And yes, they too will be part of it, no matter how they believe, what they don't believe. But you know what? When everything does come, and someone said this, they're going to talk and talk and talk and talk bad about whoever's in the office. And they aren't going to believe anything. And when the money comes, they're going to love them. See, it's about money. Everything reverts right back to money. So until something happens, probably the prosperity or the RV, I don't know about, but the prosperity, they're not going to understand it or believe it until they see it. See, that's not what it's about. But I try every time something comes up. I either go and look, or I talk to people, or I took pictures. But they're not going to believe it until something of value comes. of great wealth. And then they're not going to believe anything he has to say, even though he's been telling it, because they don't want to know the truth. Trump is trying to tell the truth, but you've got to listen. And because you're not listening, you're not going to hear it. Just a vicious circle. All right. I got off guard there. Got you off guard. So let's stop the chat and let's go to prayer. Father, we come to you this morning. We give thanks for you being with us. No matter what we do, we try to walk the line you want us to. We try to help everyone. It might not be money. It's love. But they just don't want it. They want to come out fighting with no understanding. Father, as I said, as I prayed out there that day, help them to understand that what they're seeing isn't what is the facts. They need to listen. They need to get on many of places. Every newspaper that is on your phone or platform, and listen. Father, I beg you today to please let everyone understand nothing is as it seems to appear. This morning, I do want to ask for a prayer for someone who just is hurting. I want to pray for Scar's family and friends. That you meet all their immediate needs. God, there's a lot of great love in that family. And I know this family here, we love all of our family. And we're asking you to be with them, to heal that family member, to heal everyone in the family. Hear her cry as she's calling out, because I felt the pain. And I would have not have stopped if I didn't feel it. So Father, whatever she needs to help to stay calm, but she too needs the healing, for she has been paralyzed for over 2 years. And yet she calls out for family. What a humble and loving heart she has. Father, may you give her grace. Show her love. Let her heart beat to where she can hear you. And to always love each and every one of us. For some of us are in not quite the same boat, and some are in great pain. So we pray for them too. When I go and I'm not on, I feel their pain, and I know they're not well. Many of us aren't. We struggle to keep everything going. So this morning, we're asking you for Scar for this family, for the family listening and the family to come, that you hear the same as I do, and you feel the same as I do, and that you hear my prayers, and they do too, that everything will be fixed and nothing compromised, that they too will get up and walk. And may everyone in this family be blessed, because we see miracles every day. If you're breathing, you're a miracle. If you can talk, you're a miracle. Watch over as we go through this morning. And may everyone find peace, love, health, and wealth. Guide us through and give us happiness. In your name today we pray. We all said amen. Did it seem like a long weekend? I don't know. You know, things are just, one day it's like going really fast, and then it slows way down for me. I don't understand what the time is doing. Either you're going up and going forward, or you're just standing still. Do one or the other for me, please. You know, you sit there. Did you ever do that? You don't understand. You get up one time, it's 9:10, and then next you look over, it's 12:14, and I'm going, what? Or I'm sitting there and I'm going, okay, I got to get this done. You get it done. When you started, it was like 10:20. You look over and it's 10:35, and I'm going, what? Okay, what did I miss? And I walk all back through it again, and I go, I didn't miss anything. But I had 16 pages. How did I get through that so fast? Okay, are they playing with time again? And if they are, how are they doing that? I got very frustrated. But you know what? It does seem like a long time since I was on. It just seems forever. And it didn't feel that way before. And I know I'm going out because of their workers. And I don't get information from them right now because they said they had to go get more parts. And I'm like, oh, geez, okay. But they don't tell me when they're finished. I want to know when they're done. I mean, it's been long enough. I don't really know what's going on out there. But we'll get through this too. But it's just aggravating. Anyway, this morning we are going to do a meet and greet, but we're going to do it, since I already talked, we're going to do it pretty fast, okay? So let's get started this morning on our meet and greets. Oh, I missed you guys. My Journey says, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Star says, Grand Rising, Lynn, Ghost Mods, and Sweet Harley. Have a wonderful day. You also, sweetheart. Jerry says, Grand Rising to one and all, listening from Dutchess County, upstate New York. Good morning. Earl says, good morning, family. Miss Lynn, love and ghost love. Yes, it's already done. Yes, it is. Jan says, number 7, Lynn, ghost, mods, and all. I need healing grief, and I was bitten by a spider. Ended up in the ER, x-rays test, heart test, blood work, IV, antibiotics, etc. Many antibiotics, healing. Good for you. I mean, I'm sorry that happened. Spiders, I don't like them. Candace says, bonjour, family. Happy New Year's Eve. That's right. April 1st is supposed to be the first year of the new year, which would make it New Year's Day. And I heard Trump say something over the weekend, which I was not able to capture. I still can't find it. I don't know if they didn't post it back up. This was him live on Saturday when he was talking about the calendar, when he said, hey, April Fool's Day, you really think April Fool's Day? He goes, I think spring. Our first, he says it. See, you got to listen to what he says. And I know we don't like to listen to every one of them, but if you don't, you miss it. And you know what? He's doing so many of them over the weekend, though. It's strange that he's doing more over the weekend. You think it's because more people are off from work? I don't know. But he did say, I don't know what that, when he was talking about money, he said, there's more seniors. And I said, more seniors what? And he stops and go into something else. And I'm like, ooh, see, this is the stuff he does. He goes to talk about something, then he goes off to another category. And I'm like, ooh. And he doesn't say any more about it. I'm telling you, this is just driving me crazy. Betty says, good morning, family. I'm sitting in the doctor's office with my husband, so I won't be able to do much communicating. That's okay, Betty. We pray that your husband will find a good result. Davis is grand rising, everyone. It's all right. Started 2:01. It's April Fool's Day, 2:01. Michael Jackson is alive, 2:01. Stay for the Story for the ages, 2:01. You got the one right. You did good. KP says, grand rising, everyone. Grand rising. Linda says, good morning, Lynn, Ghost and families. Sending healing prayers to all. Ma'am, we need them all. Linda says, good morning, Lynn. Please give me a continued prayers. I am still here today doing everything possible to keep from being a day late and $1 short. Thank you for your prayers, everyone. Linda, I think we're all beyond that almost, and good for you. Sherry says, good morning, Lynn and family. Good morning. Good morning, Earl. Leno says, good morning, Lynn, Ghost, Mods, and family. Giving out smiles, hugs, love, and prayers to all. I will take them all. Tammy says, grand rising, family. Love you, family, with love, donuts, coffee, and pineapples. Well, I'll take the pineapples. I don't want coffee. I don't want any more jitter than I already have. Sapphire says, good morning, family. Hope everyone is doing well. God bless you all. Thank you, sweetheart. You also. Guy says, good morning, Lynn, Jim, Mods, and chat. Wishing you all a fantastic day and God's blessings. Need a prayer. Driver's license expired in May. Yeah, write me. What's going on? Says hugs and love, Loretta and Randall. Good morning, Guy. Good morning, Miss Loretta. Yes, send me what you need, honey. Schwally Pop says, hello, everyone. Many blessings and much love to all. Thank you, sweetheart. You too. C. Pavelaki says, grand rising, Lynn and family. Grand rising. Josie says, good morning, everyone. With sunshine. Good morning. We're going to need that sunshine. We got 7 days of straight rain. Today, tonight, and in the next morning, we have thunderstorms. That's okay. I don't care. They're good sleeping weather. Who sleeps? Bamba for you says, top of the morning to you lovely people. Top of the morning, Bamba. Glenn says, Grand Rising, Lynn Ghost, and Precious Mods. Good morning. Robert said, it's awesome to put my feet in God's earth by a tree and feel what happens. Good morning. God bless you all. I'm telling you what, it does heal. If I miss you, I'm sorry. There's such tiny blocks in here anymore. Nutter Butter says, Grand Rising, everyone. God bless to say. Amen. Nan says, good morning. Samantha says, good morning, Sunshine Lynn, Ghosts and Beautiful Families. Sending a huge smile. Get on your dancing shoes. I've had them on, honey. I've had them on. Pamela says, peaceful and beautiful Tuesday, Rising, Lynn, Ghost, Mods, and Family. May you continue being blessed and vibrations and pure love. Isn't that the truth? Thank you. Kay says, good morning. Hope everyone's doing good. Me too. Molly says, I feel more love, support, and encouragement here in this chat than any other by far. Thank you. Don't thank me. You thank your family here. Gordy says, peace, love, and prayers to all of you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Gordy. Donald says, dancing in the doorway in the dawn of the new day, a better way. Nothing left to say, but let's go, let's go, let's go. I agree. Meemaw says, hello. Hello, everyone. Hello, sweetheart. I am Starcy, said Happy New Year's Eve, according to our 13-month calendar. You're right. And you think that that's what Trump was talking about? April Fool's Day is gone? Mama Bear says, good morning. Good morning. Did you guys like that song I played? I liked it. Kat says, good morning, family. Please continue your prayers for our Uncle Dean. He is off the ventilator, but on dialysis and is not doing well. Oh, Kat. Lampkin says, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Happy New Year's to you also. I am Starcidian. Lori says, good morning, Lynn, Ghost, Mods, and friends. Good morning, sweetheart. Marilyn says, good morning, everyone. Exciting times. God bless, sending prayers, butterflies, and love. Good morning. Mildred says, morning, Lynn. Good morning, sweetheart. Larry says, good morning, family and friends. Lynn, Ghost, Mods, Grand Rising. God is good, always and forever. Good morning, Charlotte. She says, hello, Lynn, Ghost Mods, and family from Wolfie and her. Good morning, Wolfie. I am Starcy. Says, good grand rising, Lynn. Love, light coming your way. Have a blessed day. Honey, I always have a blessed day. It's the way you look at your day. Every day is a blessed day because there's always something good in one day, if not more. And you hit it that time, David. Good news is on the way. 241 XRP, $10,000 a coin, 241. Tisha says, Grand Rising family, tomorrow, April 1st. Hopefully we get some good news. I think he said April 2nd. Dinosaur says, hello, family. I am in the hospital. Heart operation. Pray for me. Is it today? You got you. Okay. Callie Girl says, good morning, everyone. Hope you all are having a blessed day. Sending prayers and love. Good morning. Bamba says, Grand Rising everyone from beautiful Alabama. Been listening for years, but hard to watch live for a while. Oh, welcome back, sweetheart. Hey, Liz, this is Holiday family. After 9 days of the most awesome vacation, I am glad to be here. I was listening to that last Thursday until just now. Sounds like it's getting good. Oh, it's getting good. Yes, we are protesting a little town for the war. You know, I really didn't see much about the war. It was more about hating Trump. Well, there was one that said no kings protest, but they didn't really go. I mean, I'm not kidding you. Everything was all going up against Trump. They lose focus. Sherry says, good morning, Lynn and everyone. Good morning. Santa says, here in the little town, 250, no kings. They are fast asleep. Oh, honey, yes, they are. Sylvia says, good morning, Lynn, Ghost and family. Blessings. I'm asking for urgent prayers for my sister-in-law, Dolores. She has been admitted to the hospital for the second tumor that are cancerous. That's right. Tammy says the ending isn't for everyone. Now we know why. Truth needs to put out on the news. There are some of them that's putting it out, but they're smaller channels. And from what I'm understanding, they only come on certain platforms. I did find one. I don't know how in the heck I deleted it, but somehow I deleted it. I don't even know his name. Oh, I can't shoot. I keep trying to figure his name out. Actually, no, the protesters were not mostly 60 and over. They were mid 40s. Yeah, I would say they were mixed 40s was the most ones. But you got to remember, some of them are already left. There might have been more seniors then at that point. But what I saw was around 40s. I agree. The division is ridiculous. Gordy says, I've never seen a picket line in person. None up here. I can't afford to take time off. Honey, this was on a Saturday. And maybe you work Saturdays. I don't know. But it takes a while. See, number one, before you even do a picket, you got to know what you're picketing, who you're picketing, what it is you actually want to picket, and you want to change. That's not what they did. They just went up against Trump. So why are we targeting not the real purpose, but just something that's not there? Because we know the truth. See, that's what I'm saying. Why are you doing? And no, not actors. They were real residents. You know what? I even asked them, how many times have you listened to what Trump said? I don't have to listen. What? Oh, Jerry. That's right. Ghost is in the hospital. Nancy says, please pray for my brother. Needs open heart surgery very badly, but he took all those wonderful things in his arm. Good morning, Golden Arrow. Rodney says, Grand Rising, everyone, and happy Taco Tuesday. Have you heard about Taco Bell? Patricia says, good morning, family. And Lynn, have a great day. You also. Tara says, good morning, family. Good morning. I missed you guys. You have no idea. Glenn says, yes, ma'am. Even the podcasters on following. I agree. Terry says, Grand Rising, everyone. Grand Rising. Yeah, Leno, they called workers in, and there's different workers every time they come in. So the one guy didn't have on like the vest. So I think they're getting him from like a staffing service or something, because normally they have to wear that vest. TG says, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Doug says, good morning. Good morning. Garnetta says, good morning, all of you. God is good to all of us. Robins and Cardinals are sounding off now every morning. Yes, they are. Absolutely, they are. John Long says, all I can say at this time, it's late for a very, very important date. I agree. I totally agree. Leanna says, good morning to all. A beautiful day in Alabama, even though it's overcast. The birds are singing and the chickens are clucking. Love to you all and blessings. Yes, they are. I don't have them clucking, but I have a lot of birds singing. Cosmic says, good morning, Lynn, Mods, and family. Sending prayers, hugs, love, and prayers. God bless you and your family members. Good morning and God bless you. Virginia says, good morning, Lynn and Ghost. Good morning. Tom says, Grand Rising family, Grand Rising. Good morning. Lady Ultra says, good morning, Texas to y'all. Howdy, y'all. Hi, Gigi. Andrea says, good morning, all, and happy Tuesday. Good morning. Bev says, good morning, family. Prayers needed for my mother, Marlene. She had a stroke, and my niece, Autumn, is starting chemo for aggressive cancer today. I got them both. Leno says, Lynn, I hear that when the statue comes down, it will be bigger than 9/11. Do you believe that? Yes. That would cause a lot of death and destruction. No, it won't. It won't. You're in a war, but the war is good versus evil. We're not in an actual war, where we're at combat. No, the only way somebody would get hurt is if they step in the zone they're not supposed to be in. And they are marking the zones off, because I saw from where they did it over in Iran, the one that they did it, if you look at that video, they marked off a place and they said no trespassing immediately. And the guy stepped in to see what it was all about right at the time that they were taking that building out. And that's why you got the casualties. But they are marking them off. And Trump even said there would be some casualties. Aw. Dave's not here. Says, good morning, Lynn, Ghost, and everyone. One question. Is this still real life? Of course it is. It's just the changes of the guard. In many ways, changes of the guard. Peg says, good morning, Lynn, Ghost, Mods, and awesome family. Good morning. SNC says, Grand Rising, keep my daughter and granddaughter in prayer. May blessings be showered upon all. Amen. Surgery is on the 29th. Okay. Beach Life says Grand Rising to all on this lovely Tuesday. Grand Rising. West, good morning. Good morning, Ron. Okay, for the most part, you're in. You guys are just chatting. So I'm going to go ahead and start. If I missed you, I apologize, but good morning and Grand Rising to everyone. What I want to start with this morning, and I know most of you, I told you about the stimulus checks. They are true. They are coming out. The only restriction is that if you make $125,000 or more, you will not receive it. Now, here's the catch. And it's not really a catch. Trump brought it back out on Friday evening or Saturday evening. I don't remember which. Anyway, he kind of shied away from really wanting to announce the amount. But then he said something about, how did he put that? Anyway, I don't remember. But he alluded to that it would be a very vast amount. Because he made something up like, because he's always changing topics, it's hard to keep up with him. He made it sound like it wasn't going to be the 2,000, but it was going to be like, you're going to get more. Like, it's like how he said before, like, this is your first payment. This is the first money returning back to you. So everybody's saying $2,000. I don't think it's $2,000. He didn't say it like that. He said it differently. But you know what? If we all get $2,000, that's fine. And I don't believe that it's, if you make more than $125,000, because everything was taken for the stimulus checks isn't for payment for when you're not working. It's for everybody. But I don't know why they keep quoting that. He never said $2,000. He never said it was for people that made more money. He didn't say that. So I'm going to play you a video. All right. So I was listening to this girl on TikTok. And I don't listen. I really don't. And I guess you guys know I don't. There's just people I just don't connect with. But she said this, and it resonated with me. I mean, you might disagree. That's fine. But when things resonate, you should pay attention, because more likely, if it resonated with you, something about it's going to happen. So she's saying the payment is being released, door is open, and she did it on 3/31.
Payment is going to be released to you this week. And this payment is coming in. It's going to be a huge blessing. It's going to be huge doors that's opening for you when this payment comes. And you already know that God is supposed to have blessed you with this payment. And he said this week it's going to be released. He don't care how he got to do it. He's going to do it. Whether that bill has to be paid by somebody who don't even like you, he don't care. Because guess what he's going to use for you this week? Yep, unmerited favor. He said it's gonna be for the person you thinking like, I don't even deserve this money that she's talking about. I don't even know what she, if she's talking to me. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to the one that this message is for. And if you can believe you receive it, God said all you got to do is have faith. Just have faith to believe that you could receive favor this week. Favor in situations that you don't even deserve favor in. He said you're not going to be working for it. You're not going to have merited favor, but unmerited favor. He said he needs you to walk through those doors as if you own it, as if you are the one. He wants you to get up and get dressed and look like you're going somewhere this week, because you are. See, the person that's going to find you this week are looking for you, and you want to be ready for what it is that they're about to give to you. They're about to bless you with. I don't care if they don't like you. They don't got to like you to give you this blessing. Okay, because it's unmerited. It's not even deserved. The money that's coming, whatever this release is, you don't even deserve it, but it's been held up just for you.
Okay, now that just didn't resonate me because she started off talking about money. That was 53 minutes after she made that video that I found it. I was just going through them to see, who went off, because several people are going off of TikTok. And that popped up. Ooh, we got 666 right now. So we're telling the truth. See, evil. Anyway, so what she did say, and you heard it, and that's why I said I couldn't remember what he said. When she said, if you believe, you will receive. That's what Trump said on Saturday. And then, of course, he went off course. But he said that. And that's why I said, you've got to pay attention, because if you don't, you're going to miss what the message is. And he was telling you. So is it the second? I mean, that just resonated with me. And then when I heard him say that, and I thought, but also the Bible tells you. You figure that one out. All right, so here's where we're getting with the $2,000. And I don't think it's going to be that. I don't care what she reports. That's not what he said. So this is what okay, let's just listen.
On social media this morning that thanks to tariffs, everyone, excluding high-income earners,
He didn't say
will be
that.
receiving a $2,000 dividend check.
He didn't say that.
New York City's newest mayor, Zohran Mamdani, has come out and said that his administration will not be cooperating or assisting in ICE operations. I think Mamdani is wanting the president to put him in jail. According to reports, over 1 million stolen identities from American citizens were used to make false Medicare claims. They stole over $14.6 billion from the American taxpayers. But sure, there's no fraud, waste, and abuse going on. Don't look. The president recommends, instead of giving subsidies to the Democrats in their demands, to just give it straight to the American people. And the American people can then purchase the health care they want. Rick Scott has began drawing up the legislation that lines up with President Trump wanting to give the Trump announced on social media this morning that
Okay. Okay, so there again, Trump did not say $2,000. He did not bring up any restrictions, but if you go back and you listen to the old ones, there's only one that he said anybody making $145,000 or more would not qualify. And you know who he's talking about? The people that stole money. That has nothing to do with us whatsoever. So everybody's going to get it. It doesn't matter the amount, you're going to get it. And it's already signed. He signed an executive order. It passed. Everything is good. It's going out. Hopefully it's tomorrow, but I don't think that's the one that's coming. We shall see. Either way, we need relief until the big one does come, or they might come simultaneously. The thing I'm trying to tell you here is the money is coming, but it's going to come in many forms. Is it going to come as a stimulus check? Yes. Is it going to come as a treasury check? Yes. It's going to come in many ways. Some of them might come right out from the treasury, which I already heard they are. They will be deposited. You do not have to file taxes in order to get it. It's not required because it's already your money. Okay, again, let's listen to this one. Are these clickbaits on TikTok? I never heard TikTok having clickbait, but I'm beginning to wonder here. Since they got bought, everything has changed in there. Let's see, this is March 28th. Okay.
The plan will be revealed in the coming week or so. That's what the optimism stems from. I don't want to break any news right here, right now.
We'd love for you to if you want to.
There you guys have it.
Listen.
James Fishback giving an update on the stimulus refund checks or the Doge dividend checks. This is from The Hill. I'm going to play for you the entire clip so that way you can see it for yourself. But he is saying that in the coming days here, and he doesn't want to give away a big announcement, but Congress is going to be providing something that is going to be pushing this forward, and he is extremely optimistic. So I'm going to share with you the latest news and updates, as I said, as things unfold regarding this potential $5,000 Doge dividend stimulus refund check. They're saying this is going to be the Donald Trump's stimulus plan. I'm going to keep you guys up to date, and this is the latest that you're going to be seeing that has come out just in about the past week or so, as we are hearing him say he doesn't want to give it away. He doesn't want to share a big reveal or do an announcement. And you heard the reporter there saying, you can go ahead if you'd like. We'd love for you to do it on our show. And he said, not yet, but very soon.
I think the plan will be revealed in the coming week or so. That's what the optimism stems from. I don't want to.
Okay. So we know if this guy knows that he's talking about giving more money out, and remember, he just said stimulus, Doge, but what he didn't say is Treasury, IRS checks returned, which is not really IRS. We know that. Okay, that's going to take us into a different one. I don't know who that guy is, but anyway, this was done 2 days ago. Actually, he posted it 2 days ago. He actually did the video 2 days prior to that, which makes it 4 days. So that was 2 days ago. Guys, whatever he's going to give out, be happy, be glad, because more will be following. But he's never said any amount. He's never said anything about age, how much you need to make, because it belongs to you. They would never be a stimulus check because that money already comes to you. Did you know when you got the 2 stimulus checks, that was your own money? And somebody stepped in and says you have to pay it back. Pay back your own money. Sounds like a loan, doesn't it? Again, that was a place where you should have never complied. Okay. So I'm going to play you things about taxes. Ghost and I both got something from the tax, and I'm going to read it to you. Now, if you ever get anything from IRS, it's always 3 pages or more. I don't know if you guys ever got it, but we did. And they're going after money, which you would expect more paperwork for you to fill out, correct? And they would tell you how many dates. And I know a lot of you didn't do them for the last 3 or 4 or 5 years, maybe longer. I have not done them. Ghost has not done them. But here's what they sent us. Because the first thing we both said was, oh, crap. Very professional, wasn't it? All right. So we both got them separate. Okay. So what it says, and we were waiting for it. So it says Department of Treasury, Internal Revenue Service. It's the legal document. But this is a strange thing. It's got his full name on it. It's in large caps. No. It says, not that we need to file for all the dates. It says you need to file and pay your 2024 tax form 1040 tax return. Okay, wait a minute. Why the 1024? Why didn't they tell us all the other years? I mean, we both got the same letter. Years ago, if you didn't file 2 or 3 years, they would tell you those 2 or 3 years, and then they would tell you a punishment you would get. They didn't do that. All they wanted was us to file the 2024 tax return. Then it says, if you are required to file, file electronically, which we know that, or by mail, which we know that. If we don't hear from you, now this is where they don't get hateful. This is where they get very polite. Says you may lose your claim to refund or certain credits. They're asking you politely. You may. Before they said you will. Do you really think that anybody is going to file their taxes? I don't care if they demanded it. But look at their language, how they are stating things. You've got to look at it. I mean, do you think if anybody knew the truth and got this, they say, wait a minute, this sounds like a sweet letter. It does tell you, though, if for more information, you can go to irs.gov CP59, which I don't know what the CP59 is. It says, we might be able to help you to determine the tax for you. Number one, even if they did that in the past, which I have no clue because we used to pay our taxes all the time before it was even due, why would you let them do them for you? Even before I even knew they were crooks, why would I even want to do that? Okay, so those are coming out. I don't know if it's just us with the 2024. Why a specific date? I have no idea. Is it going to happen? No. Not unless I hear there's a reason why. If they need them to deposit, then that's fine. But until I hear further, no. It's still no. You guys, this is not advice. It's not legal for me to give you advice. This is what Ghost and I are doing. No. Not unless we hear from the truthful, rightful person that can tell us we need to do it. That's not going to happen. I'm not paying anything else to people that are criminals. So now listen to this guy. This is why, okay, so let's listen.
To file income tax returns is a federal criminal offense.
Listen, listen.
Failure to pay taxes is not.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
And
People
I
do
am
not go to
prepared-
jail. People do not go to jail in America for not paying taxes. They do go to jail, around 2,500 to 3,000 of them each year, for not.
Okay, I'm going to stop it right there. He just said people don't go to jail for filing taxes. They go because they don't pay them. No. People have gone to jail completely for just not even filing the taxes or paying taxes. I know because friends of mine went to jail and they had to appear in court. So I don't know where this guy is getting this information from. He's standing stern on his plot, but that's not true.
Filing. Failure to file income tax returns is a federal criminal offense.
Yes.
Failure to pay taxes is not.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
And
People
I
do
am
not go to
prepared.
jail.
Yes,
People do
they
not go to
do
jail
go
in
to
America
jail.
for not
They-
paying taxes. They do go to jail, around 2,500 to 3,000 of them each year, for not filing. Failure to file income tax returns is a federal criminal offense.
Yes.
Failure to pay taxes is not.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
And
People
I
do
am
not go to
prepared.
jail. People do not go to jail in America for not paying taxes. They do go to jail, around 2,500 to 3,000 of them each year, for not filing.
Somebody go out and tell this guy. IRS is not a government entity. There is no laws, period. Oh. See, this is what puts a fear, especially in the seniors. Oh, they got to write those checks right down to the last money, or they got to save it up so they don't have any food for the last 9 months because they got to pay those taxes. That's just unbelievable. They're putting that out. Unbelievable. Okay, so I found somebody that I knew to make a correction. Now, this is Laura Logan with Joseph. Well, Joseph's last name is Rainister.
Living and working in the United States, you can't find any law that makes you liable to pay an income tax on, your earnings. It's not there at all.
So what you're saying, and I mean, I want to be very clear here because obviously there's lots of pushback, right? There's lots of people that say this is nonsense. It's conspiracy. It's made up. It's not true. And don't mess with the IRS because you'll pay, right? They'll come for you and this is going to cost you. So don't believe these kooks. So to understand exactly what it is you're saying, are we talking about the way the tax code is written, right?
Yes, the actual laws in the tax code. Yes.
Right. You're saying it doesn't apply. It doesn't specifically mention American citizens.
Right. If you're living and working in the United States, you can't find any law that makes you liable to pay an income tax on, your earnings. It's not there at all.
And yet, once you submit a tax return, you have now really sort of created a contract between yourself and the IRS, which now gives them authority to determine how much taxes they say you owe them. Is that also what you're saying?
Yes, you're presenting a form that they've created, but that they've created for other circumstances, but you filled out the form.
Yes.
You say, I owe the tax, and the IRS has the absolute authority to assess the tax that you present as that you owe.
Okay, so in this, there is another video out where it corrects how, because you signed the paper, we all did, because we didn't know the truth, but you are still not responsible. They are not governed by by the country. And I've gotten more flags on this from people sending me emails. What you do is up to you. But I'm telling you, there is no orders. There is no Bill of Rights. There is nothing that you owe them except your signature. They are not a viable company to what they protest to be. They are not the U.S. Treasury who you mail to. Correct? When you go to make your taxes out, who do you send it to? We're not having a tax. Taxes are illegal. You know, I'm doing these videos today for those that, and I know they aren't you, but I had a lot of people contact me that they were not getting their refunds back, that their taxes were coming in much higher than that they reported. And I sent all these videos out to them. I sent everything I had on file to show them and to take them in with them to the office of the IRS. And I said, matter of fact, I wouldn't even make an appointment. I said, let them take you into court. They weren't going to win as long as you have those papers. Now, whether or not they use it, that's on them. I cannot babysit and dig up information for them that's already in plain sight. I mean, this started, we learned the truth years ago. It's been all over everywhere. Why you would want them to do them? You're just giving them the money. And who in the world can keep affording that? Every year, it seems like Ghost and I was paying more and more and more to them, because they were changing every single time you turn around something in their forms that made them more money. That's how stupid we were. We did not sit down and look at these forms, look at everything about this IRS, because we were just told to do it. Now that you are awake, and I know most of you aren't doing it, but I bet your family is. I bet your friends are. It's time to wake them up. Show them. Don't tell them. And that's the problem we're in today. Why do you think we're doing this? As I said last week, we have to show them. You can't tell them. You know, I want to wake people up so bad. And no matter what I do, I can't seem to make it get through to them. The more this goes on and they're out in the public saying who they are, which we know it's a movie, and they're from Central Casting. Now Trump's starting to say everybody's from Central Casting. They still don't get it. They absolutely don't get it. Not one question of, why are they saying Central Casting? What does that mean? Not one person asked me that. I mean, it's like every other video. He is saying, oh, good Central Casting. You do a good job at it. He did that one on Saturday. Friday. All right. So again, people were talking out there how bad Trump was, how our finances were, or theirs were, how everybody is being crippled by what he's doing. I mean, it was all negative crap, completely negative. So, you know what? have this for? Okay, wait a minute, let me find it. Okay, so the stock market is showing what is about to happen. Now, will it happen tomorrow, next week, next month? But it's showing you. And it doesn't take a rocket science to go to the stock market exchange and look to see what's happening. Now, have they been propping it up? Yes. But now it's actually happening. You know what? You just... You know, some people need to get educated real fast. Where'd it go? Okay, missing it somewhere. Okay, so this is part 1. And I want you to listen to this. I'm going to close my mic.
In 1929, the world broke because of stocks. In 2008, the world broke because of houses. But in 2026, the world breaks because of money itself. This is the moment the math finally catches up to us. We have reached the end of a 30-year debt cycle. The cheap credit that fueled our lives is now a trap. We are not looking at a normal market recession. We are looking at a total systemic heart attack. Global debt has now passed $300 trillion. That is more than 3 times what the entire world earns. For decades, we ignored the growing mountain of red ink. We believed the central banks could print forever. We thought the game of musical chairs would never stop. But in early 2026, the music has finally gone silent. This collapse will be larger than any event in history. It will be deeper than the Great Depression. It will be more violent than the 2008 banking crisis. This is because there is no one left to save the system. In the past, the government was the lender of last resort. Now the government is the one facing insolvency. They cannot borrow more to pay for the mistakes of the past. The interest on the debt is eating the economy alive. Every dollar printed now causes more damage than it heals. We have hit the wall of debt saturation. This means adding more debt no longer creates growth. It only creates a faster path to a currency collapse. You're watching the death of the fiat era in real time. The signs are everywhere if you know where to look. Banks are quietly tightening their lending standards. The shadow banking system is starting to freeze up. International trade is fracturing into rival blocks. Oh, the world is moving away from the American dollar. This creates a vacuum that nothing can fill. When the first major bank falls in 2026, the panic starts. It will be a digital bank run at the speed of light. Billions will move in seconds rather than days. The old tools of the Federal Reserve will fail. They cannot stop a fire that is burning the fuel itself. We are entering a 3-year window of total chaos. From 2026 to 2028, the map of wealth will be redrawn. Those holding paper promises will lose everything. Those holding real assets will be the new leaders. This is not a warning about a distant future. This is a report on the collapse that has already begun. The foundations of the global order are cracking now. You must understand why this is happening. You must see the historical patterns at play. The era of fake wealth is being liquidated. The era of hard reality is taking its place. This is the greatest wealth transfer in human history. It will be sudden and it will be permanent. You're standing at the edge of a financial cliff. The ground beneath your feet is already giving way. This is the reality of the 2026 systemic reset. We must look at the data with clear eyes. Every major currency in the West is losing its purchasing power. The cost of basic goods is rising while the value of labor is falling. This is not a coincidence or a temporary glitch. It is the natural conclusion of a system that printed trillions out of thin air. We have hollowed out the productive economy in favor of a giant financial casino. Now the casino is closing its doors. The chips have no value. The 2026 to 2028 collapse is the final settlement of the bill. It is the moment where we find out who actually owns what. If you are not prepared for this transition, you will be swept away by the tide. But if you can see the truth behind the headlines, you can find a path to safety. This script is designed to give you that clarity. We will break down exactly how the debt bubble popped and why this time is different. We have lived on borrowed time for too long. The debt we created was a tax on the future. Now the future has arrived and it wants to be paid. There is no magic wand to make these trillions vanish. There is no policy that can fix a broken foundation. You must learn to protect what you have worked for. You must learn to differentiate between price and value. The numbers on your screen are not real wealth. Or real wealth is what you can touch and use. We are returning to a world of tangible reality. The fantasy of infinite growth is over. This is the hard truth of the 2026 collapse. The reason the 2026 to 2028 collapse is so dangerous is the everything bubble. In past crashes, only one part of the market was broken at a time. In 1929, it was mostly about the stock market and margin calls. In 2008, it was focused on subprime mortgages and banking leverage. But today, every single asset class has been pumped to record highs. We have lived through a decade of record low interest rates. This forced money into every corner of the financial world. Stocks are trading at prices that have no link to real earnings. Housing prices are now far beyond what the average worker can afford. Even the bond market has become a high-risk gamble for investors. This means that when the crash starts, there's nowhere to hide. You cannot simply sell stocks and buy bonds like people did before. You cannot just move into real estate and wait for the storm to pass. Everything was inflated by the same tidal wave of printed money. Therefore, everything must deflate at the exact same time. This is a synchronized global reset of all asset values. This creates a massive liquidity trap for every type of investor. When prices fall, people are forced to sell what they have left. This selling leads to more price drops in a vicious circle. We call this a feedback loop that feeds on its own panic. The 2026 crash will move faster than in 1929, the world.
Okay, so if you really listen to him, this is why you have to start getting some wealth back. Because if you don't, you might just get caught up in the transition. I was told this before many years ago that the wealth some of it had to come back before the market crashed. Now, I'm still understanding that it is going to crash, but not, it's going to leave 20%. But to us and to the public, it will look like it totally was 1939. We know the difference, but they want us, the people, all of us, to be prepared for what's coming. You won't be prepared for what's coming because we've now gone in the stage where we have now felt the pain. We have no money. We're broke. Food is scarce because we don't have the money. We can't buy clothes because we don't have the money. Are you getting where I'm going? So we're in that pain, and people are begging to stop. Please give us money. Did you know that that's what they talked about when it was in the crash? I'm talking about the very big crash, that people begged the government to give them money. And they didn't. They didn't give them anything. They lost everything. Your great parents, your parents, some of you might have went through that. But see, we're not going to go through that. Because somebody stepped in and went after all the bad people. All the bad people that just destroyed this country. And safeguarded and got and returned the monies that were taken from us, which you all know about. The world doesn't know that. They think it's going to crash completely, and they will be broke. So now that you felt the pain, don't you think it's time that we begin because they are broke. They're going to feel the pain they're supposed to feel, as they did in the first time. Think about it. Guys, it's in plain sight. If you're watching it all and you're listening, you see it's getting ready to happen. And it's not going to, well, yes, it will to the people. They'll think that it's going to take forever to get back because they see it dropping all the way. It's not. It's going to go down to about 20%. And yes, we will feel the pain, but you will have the money from the first or second round before it happens. And it's getting ready to happen. You can see it. The writing's on the wall. I don't even have to listen to Trump. I can see what they're already doing. All right, so this guy put out this video. He was very interesting. When did he do this? I think it was a day ago. I can't tell. Anyway, I'm going to listen to this. It was interesting. And I know why it was interesting. You should too. Why isn't it playing?
Scared of oil spiking?
In a few days, we'll be announcing the Vanguard Digital Oil Reserve.
There's a 97% Trump will announce VDOR, Vanguard Digital Oil Reserve, on April 7th, which will create millionaires overnight. So watch this video to the end and save it right now, just in case it gets taken down. Oil prices are rising every day since they closed the Strait of Hormuz. Oil barrels are expected to reach the price of $200 each. The U.S., I think, is prepared. Hear me out, because this could create generational wealth. I came across this article that says Trump and BlackRock are going to announce the Vanguard Digital Reserve on April 7th to solve the oil crisis. Now, if you check out BlackRock's public portfolio, you'll see they're holding a coin called VDOR, which kind of proves my theory. So naturally, I go on DexScreener and bam, there it is. VDOR, Vanguard Digital Oil Reserve, sitting at 12.3 million market cap. Oh, and this thing can go a lot higher. On top is on the new Simpsons episode. It says oil prices at $200 and VDOR at $1. I mean, Simpsons predictions always come true, right? And I got sent this screenshot on Trump on Truth Social, even talking about it. Just in case, I've been buying like crazy. But if you want to check out this token, comment oil down below and I'll send you the contract address to your DMs. If not, I'll have it pinned down below as well. This is not financial advice. Crypto is speculative, so always do your own research. This is a coin I've been checking out and promoting to you guys. So yeah, let's see what happens.
Are you not?
Okay, so I'm going to try to find you something here. Let me get this off. So let me explain to you. The coin token that he was talking about was V as in Victor, D as in door, O as in open, R as in Robert. Now there's three of them. When you go, now I'm using Lobster. So when I go into Lobster, I went to the looking glass and I looked up the VDOR. So there's three of them. If you want to, download them. Download all three of those. Now, do you have to buy tokens? No, but you will if you want to make that your investment. But you would have it, like I have it. I went and I downloaded it. I downloaded the three. You can't miss them. There's only three. Let me get this on here. Okay, so this is how they go. VDOR, which is parentheses XLM assets.org. That's the first one. The second one is VDOR, and then tokens.global/stellar. And the first one was VDOR parentheses vaulttx.stellarhub.org. You want all three of those if you want to start adding tokens, because they are going to be the first ones that are going to be the highest token that will be given. Now, I only know Lobster. I still haven't found anybody that's that doesn't want to get paid to come up and talk about all of the things that we don't understand. I asked him to do it like in a 3-clip series so that we could do it slowly together because not everybody needs to learn it. And he said he would for $340. And I said, you're going to pay? You want us to pay to do this? And he says, well, you're taking my time to do it. I'm not paying anybody to come up. That's crap. So I am still looking for someone that can come up and explain all of this to us so we know exactly which wallet we're supposed to have, what we're supposed to put in the wallet, how we're supposed to do it. And I want them to do it section by section. And it might be a night one. It might be a morning one. I don't know yet. It makes more sense to do it in the evening when people can sit down, listen, take notes, and understand. In the mornings, people are usually working or they're just busy. But so far, I haven't found them. If you know somebody that can do that without being paid, let me know. But make sure you ask them first, because I don't want to go through the whole thing with everybody over, because I've talked to 6 or 7 of them. And some of them are busy already doing training, but they're already way past where we're at. And I don't think they want to go back to the beginning anymore. Lynn, can you post those 3 in there here? Yes, I will. Just go to Telegram. I'll put them in Telegram. So if you know someone, please ask them if they can start from the very beginning and walk us through. We want to know about each wallet, which ones we should have, not by their opinion, but which ones we need and which ones we should have. Because not all of them are you going to want them. It's going to be up to you after he describes which one you want. So if you find them, please send them to my email and I will see if I can reach out. But make sure you give me the information how I can reach this person. That is going to come out extremely high and it will make you wealthy. You want to download that one. Number one, I've never heard of it. But the first thing you know if it's not any good is if you get a red flag. Now, there will be a flag. It'll be pink on one of them. You still want to download it. It's not corrupt. It just means they don't have enough people investing in it. I'm trying to find everything I can for you guys. Now, here's where she's talking about. Let me show you this. Just a load of information. If I'm going too fast, tell me. All right. So on the 30th, which was yesterday,
States just hit $39 trillion in debt.
$39 trillion. That's hard to even get your arms around. It's hard to imagine. I don't know if I could even write that on paper.
Here, let me help you with that. Let me help you with that. It looks like this. Still? No? Not getting it? Okay. All you younger people watching this video right now, maybe this will get your attention.
This is a huge tax on the younger generation, younger workers in the future generation. It's not much more.
Okay. So now I'm going to stop at this. Okay. So now this is where we've come to a crossroads where we're at, which is a good crossroad. If you're watching any of the things that I show you on, what's that thing it's called? I haven't seen it in a little while. We are not at debt. We are in the green. We don't owe anybody anything. Why they want to keep putting up? Maybe it's training for the newbies coming in. I don't know. Maybe it's information for them. But I think everybody is beyond that. I don't think they're going to get any more people than they think. The debt clock. Okay, so the debt clock does not show 39 no. If you go back and look at it, we are in the green. If we weren't in the green, you wouldn't be receiving any stimulus checks. Period. We owe nothing. And why do we not owe anything? If you really think the United States owes something when you're getting money back, do you see Congress? Aren't you watching actors? Pay attention to what is happening. If that debt clock was in the red, you wouldn't be getting any money back. It's in the green so they can release. And it's always been in the green, even though they showed it in the red. But it just showed it flashed 2 weeks ago in the green, just to show you that it wasn't in debt. We are not in debt. And I think I even showed that. You are getting money back. We all are getting money back. There is no age stipulation. This is your money that's already coming to you. They took it from you in every area you can think of. We never had a government. We had thieves in the night. Because a lot of times while we were sleeping, they were taking your money. And Trump is doing a lot of things in the evenings. And that's why I watch him. I want to know why he's on and what he's talking about. Because I don't want no thief in the night. And I want everybody prepared. I don't want to go down the same thing we went before. Ever, 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 ever. All right, so this guy really drew my attention. I want you to listen to him. You tell me if he didn't grab you.
The top 5 things that will cease to exist within the next 5 years. Now, some of these things are already barely hanging on by a thread, but other items on this list might surprise you. Number 5, in the next 5 years, physical forms of payment will cease to exist. And by physical forms of payment, I not only mean currency, I mean physical credit cards. Currency, for all practical purposes, was eliminated as a form of payment for most Americans during COVID. Credit cards are eventually going to be phased out as well, and we'll all be forced to pay with Apple Pay or Google Pay or whatever digital payment app you have on your phone. Cash and credit cards are going to go the way of the check. Doesn't matter whether you like this trend or not, it's going to happen. Number 4, cable television. If time has taught us anything, it's that the entertainment industry is constantly consolidating. And right now, the streaming services are the 800-pound gorilla. I think within the next few years, Netflix and Amazon Prime are going to buy up cable services like Comcast and Dish Network and DirecTV, and they're just going to eliminate cable television altogether. Number 3, your local mall. Now, when I say your local mall, I mean your local mall, not my local mall. North Park here in Dallas is doing just fine. So too is the Mall of America in Minneapolis. But let's face it, most local malls have been dead for a long time. I think in the next 5 years, all of those physical structures are either going to be torn down or repurposed, and most malls will be nothing more than a distant memory. My biggest regret in this regard is the loss of the multiplex theater. And I blame that on Hollywood, because Hollywood has done nothing but pump theaters full of these stupid Marvel comic book movies. I refuse to spend money money on that garbage, and I know that the high quality films will be released on Netflix within like a week, and it's just ruined the whole reason to go to the movies. Sure, I think there will be some luxury cinemas in each major metropolitan area so that movies can be released into theaters and qualify for the Academy Awards. But beyond that, multiplex theaters and malls are good. Number 2, the US Postal Service. When was the last time you got anything worthwhile in the mail? If you're under 70, you've been paperless for decades. You've been getting everything on your computer. You haven't received a worthwhile piece of mail since the 1990s. I check my mail like once a week. It's all junk mail. I throw it immediately in the garbage. Eventually, advertisers are going to learn that this is a waste of money. And when they realize that, they're going to quit paying the Postal Service. And without that source of revenue, the Postal Service will fail. And that's okay by me. I think it should have failed a long time ago. And the number one thing that will cease to exist, that won't be around in 5 years, is here are the top 5 things that
Did you see that very last picture? That took me off guard when he showed that one. Anyway, I think he's absolutely correct. 100%. Our malls, since after COVID destroyed everything. And we know why. Because of the corruption. But the malls are already just about gone. I think we have one, and it's very slow even on the weekends. I haven't been up there, and I can't tell you how long. We have another one. Actually, I can't even tell you what's going on there. But I know they didn't have any action going on. I think it was last Christmas or the Christmas before. But yeah, I don't think they're going to be around anymore either. I know they're closing the major stores. Macy's is going out of the one. All the big stores are leaving the malls. I think what's going to happen is the only thing way you're going to be able to do it is shop online or have like a mom and pop store. And I think that's what the target they're going at. I mean, they haven't exactly come out to say that, but you can see everything since COVID is different. I mean, we thought, oh, wow, we can get to go shopping back at the mall and everything. And with the stores that are open, they're not carrying as much as they had before because they're not getting the traffic. But I think things are changing. And they started changing during COVID and after COVID. That's such a shame. They're going to be such a distant memory. Okay, I'm going to play this for you. I know I'm running out of time here. I'm watching this up here.
Trump's signature in real money explained to you in 60 seconds. Here we go. Number 1, it's absolutely real. Donald Trump's signature will be on legal tender. Number 2, when will this happen? All right, it's going to happen around June when they start to come out into circulation. So June is when you start to look out for it. Number 3, with what denomination will it start with? Come on, it's Donald Trump. It will start with the $100 bill. From there, his signature will be on the other denominations like 50s, 20s, etc. Number 4, how in the world do you actually get one of these bills? It goes into circulation just like all the other bills. When you go to the bank and you say, I want my paycheck in cash, and you get $100 bills with that, it might have Trump's signature on it, it might not. It just all depends because some of the older ones are still in circulation. And number 5, oh my goodness, will liberal heads explode because of all of this? Absolutely. But you could also give me your money.
Oops. Okay, so yes, the currency's coming out. It's not rainbow currency. It's just gold-backed currency. His signature is going to be on it. You can trade it in if you want. You can take it in if your bank that's open has the new currency there. All you have to do is ask for the new currency. You would exchange it for your old one, and you can get the new one. If they don't have it, you have to wait, and they will tell you, we won't be getting it until whatever time. So we all knew this was coming. Everybody said we were going to get rainbow currency, and it was going to, no, it's going to be a signature. And again, I don't know how that's going to happen. I don't know why Trump's name's going on it. I have no idea. All right, so we talked about this at the very beginning, and obviously everybody else is thinking it too. So she did this on March 20th.
Just want to say, remember, our New Year's Day is coming up. April 1st is New Year's. Don't forget, we're going to have a great year, okay? In 1582, Pope Gregory XIII changed it over from April 1st to January 1st. And some people kept celebrating on April 1st, and they started calling them fools. Hence the reason for April Fool's Day. But our new year is April 1st. We're going to have a great year. You'll see. A few more bumps to get through, and then we're in the clear. Have a great night.
Okay, so hold on 1 second. So the month she's talking about is basically what we're going through right now. And they are going to try to do the return of Jesus, but I don't agree with that whatsoever. There's been people that's already cited, and I have the video on that if you guys want to see it, but they've already cited like this, like eerie, ugly, I don't even know what you would call it. It's not the devil, but it's just creepy. I don't know if they were testing it. I've not seen anything. I've not heard that was going to happen anymore. So I really don't know if that's coming or not. I heard the blue beam was going to be in the works, but I don't know when they're going to do that. Yeah, I don't really see anything else going on after this. I mean, can there be? Yeah, but no matter what they do, we know the truth on it. The gold banknote is the most precious of all of the new rainbow. There is no rainbow currency. See, rainbow currency is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful colored in different colors. It's not that way. Why would you put the currencies in rainbows? What, are you going to mock the children? I'm not saying you. Rainbow currency. Think about it. What did rainbow stand for? Why would Trump want to do rainbow currency? Not unless he's admitting that he did something. Yeah, it's not rainbow currency. And I don't know, most of you may not have been here, but I showed you already had gold-backed currency. I showed them on your hundreds. I showed them on your 50s. I showed them on your 20s, your 5s. The only ones that didn't have it was the 1s and the 2s. We've been gold back for a long time. It's got the blue strip on your $100 bill. If you look at the inkwells and all the dots around the front and flip it over and you see all the stars around the back, they're all done in gold. You've been gold back. The rainbow currency was to reflect the precious metals. That back, nope. Pamela, nope. You can't use the word rainbow, not unless the person's signature is trying to tell us something. Stands for happy money, Earl. Come on, no honey. Glenn says, thanks to you, I showed my family the gold on the bills. Yes. If you haven't, guys, look in your wallets, your purse, wherever you keep your money. Look in there if you have a 20, a 50, I don't know, a 10, whatever. They're all gold backed. They got inkwells. The inkwell is gold on the 100 and on the feather. You got stars in the front of them and on the back to equal $100. The same thing for the 50. Look at them. Well, the real rainbow has like 8 colors, but the fake rainbows, it doesn't matter. Rainbow stands about the children. Is Project Bluebeam the taking down of the Statue of Liberty? No, that's the rods of God. That's the war that will take down, that we're in right now, that will be a bombing in the United States. That's worse than 9/11. You took down the Statue of Liberty. Everybody thinks the Statue of Liberty in New York City is the most wonderful thing when they come across the river, that United States is the perfect, which it doesn't stand for that. So they're going to be, that's the first one they're going to take out, because they're a lie all the way around in the Statue of Liberty. And that sits right in the front of New York. I mean, no, it wasn't stolen by the evil, the devil. I didn't say the devil. All right, we're running out of time here, but I do know I'm going to save these 3 for Thursday. So we'll play them on Thursday. They're good, but we'll play them on Thursday. All right. Did everybody have good information this morning? Are you happy? Are you ready to dance? Have you been dancing? Not yet, Gordy. I thought it was the ugliest thing. Yeah, I did too. Leno's ready. Yes, we are ready, aren't we? I am so ready. Believe me, I am so ready. Are you ready? You got on your dancing shoes? Are you ready to dance? Are you ready to get up? I mean, physically get up and dance? You better be. Family, I want to ask you a question. Do you really think in your lifetime, even though God is our creator, and we've been lied to about many things in our life, do you really think God doesn't want you to pray to him? Oh, yes, he does. He still wants that relationship. He's within us every single day, but he wants to hear from you. What do you need? Talk to me. Go out and sit in a quiet place. Does he heal? Absolutely. But he wants you to talk with him, to walk with him. Don't think that there's no one because you can't see him. He's right there. And he needs everything from you as you need from him. And I know that for a fact. And I pray constantly. People might not see me. I could be in a store. I could be in a bathroom. It doesn't matter. When you need him, you talk to him. You give him the biggest praise and you give him the biggest prayers. And he will take it from there. That's why we pray for everyone. That's why when you come in here and you ask for prayers, we as a family, we pray for you. So God hears all of us as we gather together. God loves us. He's never going to leave us or forsake us. You see, some of those words didn't come from Jesus. He came from the Creator, which is better yet. And I'm going to tell you something else. The Ethiopian Bible has the 88 books. Any other Bible has anywhere from 30-something to 66. And most of us held the 66 books in the Bible. That's the Bible that has nothing but lies or displacements of truth. Ethiopian has two. One narrows everything down. I don't want anything else narrowed down when it comes to the Bible. I want the whole truth of the Bible in its content. So that's where you would look for the 88 books of the Ethiopian Bible. And that's where they're starting to let you hear the truth. Because there were always supposed to be 88 books in the Bible, not 66 or 32. I just want to let you know that his word is out there to find and to read it. Now we just have to find a place where it sells the 88 books of the Ethiopian Bible. And it's pretty close to the 66, but you got to be careful because there's paraphrased everywhere in that 66. So that's why I say I want the full 88. I hope you enjoyed this morning. I sure enjoyed you. You know, I love being with you guys. You learn, but you know a lot, and I like that. And for those that don't know, you're in acceptance. See, when you just hear it, it doesn't do any good. You want to see it. You want to touch it, feel it. And that's what we try to do. And I seek everything out. When someone sends me an email and I don't have the answer, I might have half of it, I go seeking. And if I can't find it, go to your platforms. Some of them are on there are telling the truth. But see, they tell it in a different way. And if you don't listen to it, again, they're like Trump. They're telling you it, but they're not telling you it in the right way. And I've reached out to many of them and said, listen, you may want to explain it more than what you're doing, because a lot of people aren't going to understand that, because they're awake. And the people that are listening to podcasts listening to them on that platform aren't that awake all the time. And we don't want to lose them. We want to bring them in closer. So that's just, you need to find out where the truth lies. And it's on every platform. But you can't take a shortcut around the truth. And if they're doing that, walk away. And if you feel that it's not the truth, walk away. And I even say that for here. If you don't feel it's the truth, walk away. But I'm showing you, and that's the best I can do. I give you what I've got, and I know what the truth is. But I don't blame you. If you don't believe it, it doesn't resonate, then it doesn't. But it doesn't mean you got to walk away. If you love God, He's here. He's always here. It's up to you to accept. I can't force you, but I love you anyway. So that being said, let's stop the chat and let's go to prayer. Father, we come to you once more this morning. And we thank you for a beautiful day. It hasn't started raining yet. The temperatures are up to 72 degrees. Father, we have so many things to be thankful for. If we just look around us, in our homes, and our spouses, and our puppies and cats and kittens and everything, there's so much love. There's so much to have gratitude for. We've always had blessings around us. And this morning, you've blessed us more. Because truth is always coming out. And we have the families here that knows a lot. And it's so easy to share with them. And the more and more we learn together, the more and more the truth we understand. And you've given us the strength to be able to handle it. The worst hasn't come, we know that. But it prepares us for it. Father, this morning, we have a lot of people that need things. And we're going to pray for them as a family. We want to pray for Jan, who got a spider bite. She was rushed to the ER. We're asking you please to heal her. To be the person that she needs to be. To be kind and loving to that wound she has. Let her know that healing is already begun. And if she's itching or running or burning, that too will be gone. We want to pray for Linda for financial. Father, whatever she's struggling with, that you give her peace and let her know how to handle the situation. We want to pray for Kat to heal Dean from all impurities of cancer. Father, that's a horrible thing. For we're asking for healing. Man has destroyed everything on this earth. And as the Bible tells us in the real Ethiopian truth, that man always created it from the very beginning. We want to pray for Dinosaurs, who's having heart surgery today. Father, may you be with her. May you whisper in her ear that you're there. May you be the one to guide the surgeons. And may you the one to heal her. May she have little of no pain from the day she comes out. Let her be able to be free of everything. Watch over and protect her. And let the family know that they need to pray for her. But we already know she will be healed. We want to pray for Kay's mom who is sick, that she too may be healed. And whatever the disease or sickness is, that you destroy it. We want to pray for Sylvia's sister-in-law, who has two tumors, who's in the hospital and also has cancer. Father, that C word is just a horrible, horrible thing to call. But we're asking you for anyone who has that. Before they even find out, there's things to take to prevent anything that the evil has done against us with our health. But in this case, we're asking for healing, complete healing, and that they know that it's you and not the doctors. We want to pray for Jerry, Jim's brother. He's going to be having surgery on the 29th of July, or April. Geez, I don't know where I'm at here. We ask that you protect him. Let him know you're there for him. Before he even goes in, guide him gently. Talk with him. And let him know that you're in control. That you're going to be there with him. Not to be afraid. Because I think we all are. When we have to go do anything through a knife, that we ask for him. We want to pray for Nancy's brother, who's also having open heart surgery, to heal, to let guide the doctor's hands, to breathe life. Where is he on that table? We want to pray for Marlene, who had a stroke. Father, we're asking for all these people. The world is falling apart from the damage that man has created. We know things are cleaning up, but not fast enough. But we pray for all of them to get well. It's just so heartbreaking. But please help Marlene. She didn't create it. Man did. We also pray for Autumn. But we pray that she doesn't take the chemo, because she's putting poison right back into her body. But we're praying for you to give her a better source. That she comes to you and asks what she's to do. Because poison doesn't heal. It only sustains. Give her protection, Father, please. SNC is asking also to watch over her daughter and her granddaughter, to keep them safe and protected, that no harm comes against them, and that you're always walking with the daughter. Father, there's so many things that we ask for, And we know you hear us. That's why we come to you. We gather together as we make one. And we know that you hear our voice. All we have to do is look around. Every time we got sick, you were there. Every time something went wrong, you were there. You're always there when we need you. Some fail to reach out because they don't believe, or they feel they don't need to. The prayer is the biggest thing we have because you are the biggest prayer. You answer them. You're fulfilled with them. And that's why I come to you. Father, bless everyone in here today, those listening and those to come, not in just wealth, but health. And may the med beds be released because there are so many needing them. We thank you for this morning, for the beautiful celebrations. Even if they're small, they're always a celebration. We thank you for allowing us to come up this morning, and every time we do, that you protect us to come up. They try to take me out in every way possible, and your protection stayed with me. So now I give it back to the family. Whatever they need, give it to them. In this we pray, and we ask in your name. And we all said amen. Family, I don't know what is happening in your neck of the woods, but if it's even raining, but it's kind of warm, get out there and get grounded, because dig up that dirt, see that brown and gold, and you just hold on to it, rub it on your feet, dance in it. That is the best healing you're going to get. It was wonderful seeing that and smelling it and rubbing it on my feet and my hands. That was so awesome. And you know what? I had a little bit of a scratchy throat. It even went away. I'm telling you, they're cleansing the earth. There's a difference between the chemtrails and the other things they're doing. The chemtrails are only to get the earth back and for healing. So if you're seeing them all over the place, they're in their last roll. And I've even seen that somebody said they haven't seen a chemtrail in their state or in their cities probably in a month. So see, they are slowing down. And I noticed they are slowing down here. They're not here every day anymore. They're here like once a week. That also can be the weather. Not always. And I told you, watch for the markings. The markings depends on what it's going to be. The weather manipulation isn't from the chemtrails. If you're now, see, you're saying you still have them every day. And that's fine. Because the more they do, the more you're cleansed and the earth is cleansed. I don't care about the chemtrails at all. Like today, we got storms coming in. We have storms for the next 2 weeks, and we got storms for the next 7 days. Not storms, heavy rain for the next 7 days. You don't think this isn't the end of it? 7 days of heavy rain? Not sunshine anywhere? Think about it. Look, listen, because you are learning. You just have to look and listen. This isn't the ending. It's the beginning. It's not beginning because you're going up and up, and no way into another earth. You are going into a new earth. The earth you had before the corruption. That is your new world because you've never known it. Make sense? Be careful what you're hearing from people. Long time ago, they told us, oh, we're going to go into another world. You're going to be transported. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. Did you see any of that happen? You're watching it in real time so that you can say one day, I was there when the earth was bad. You got pictures of it. You got pictures of your whole life. That is history to the ones that are coming. To you, to everybody. All you have to do is show and explain it. What I'm doing to you today. Does that make sense? You're a history book. You have the book, you're telling the history. See? That's why I say you have to be taught what the truth is. You have to know what the truth is and to be able to know the history book. And you are it. Go and have yourself a wonderful day. And we'll be back here on Wednesday or Thursday. I am going to try to find out through the city how long they're going to still take. As soon as I know, I'm going to let you know, because I'm getting tired of this noise. They're starting out there. They're not supposed to be here. I'm going to have to walk out there. Go out and have a good day. Even if the sun isn't shining, it's always shining because he's within you. That being said, I do have to go. My timer's running out. I love you. Ghost loves you. And we'll see you back on Thursday, if not sooner. If anything goes on with Trump coming up and giving an announcement, I'm going to be watching. If he's saying something, I will get up and we'll watch it together. Okay? Agree? Agree. All right. Have a wonderful weekend. God bless each and every one of you. I will see you soon. We love you. Bye-bye.